Okay, so the Oppo Find X9s and the Vivo X300 FE are pretty solid camera-focused phones that sit around the 80,000 rupees mark, and they're genuinely good. Excellent displays, strong battery life, flagship-grade performance, and impressive cameras. But they don't really give you that complete flagship experience. That's where the OnePlus 15 gets really interesting. On paper, you would assume Oppo and Vivo win massively on cameras, while OnePlus destroys both in performance. But after testing all three side by side, things weren't nearly that simple. Let's get into it, but before that, if you like these kind of detailed tech comparisons, make sure you hit subscribe. We start with the design. All three feel premium, just in different ways. Flat frames, flat displays, slightly rounded edges, comfortable for long sessions. The Oppo Find X9s has a matte glass back with an aluminum frame. Vivo goes similar, matte finish, aluminum alloy frame. The OnePlus 15 in Sandstorm uses a glass fiber back with a nano ceramic metal chassis and honestly feels the most rugged of the three. It's also the biggest, 211 grams, 8.1mm thick. The Oppo and Vivo are slimmer at 7.99mm, and the X300 FE is noticeably lighter at 191 grams versus Oppo's 202 grams. Oppo and OnePlus both get extra shortcut buttons, the Snap key and Plus key respectively. Camera module-wise, Oppo and OnePlus go with cleaner, squarish layout, while Vivo's redesigned camera bar looks a bit sleeker. Now, all three are durable. Oppo gets IP66, IP68 and IP69, Vivo gets IP68 and IP69, OnePlus gets IP69K. For screen protection, Oppo uses Gorilla Glass 7 High, OnePlus uses Victus 2, Vivo hasn't officially confirmed theirs, but it's likely some kind of shot glass. Speaking of displays, all three have 1.5K panels. Oppo gets a 6.59-inch 120Hz screen, Vivo has a compact 6.31-inch 120Hz screen, and OnePlus goes big with a 6.78-inch 165Hz panel. Now yes, it is a 165Hz display, but that's only during gaming. The rest of the time, it hovers around 120Hz. Vivo and OnePlus have LTPO panels that drop to 1Hz for efficiency. Oppo sticks with LTPS. Brightness is solid across the board, around 1800 nits in high brightness mode. All three support 10-bit color, but Oppo and OnePlus support Dolby Vision, even on Netflix, while Vivo only goes up to HDR10+, despite the Zeiss Master color tuning. Now, you also get an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner on all three. For speakers, all three get stereo setups, but OnePlus is the loudest and sounds the fullest. Now, cameras. Oppo and OnePlus both run a triple 50-megapixel setup, main, tele and ultra-wide. Oppo keeps Hasselblad, OnePlus switches to its new Detail Max engine. Vivo gets Zeiss tuning and comes with a 50-megapixel main and 50-megapixel tele, but it drops to an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, an odd choice. In daylight, all three shoot great, sharp, detailed, punchy. Vivo pushes saturation harder, Oppo and OnePlus stay more natural. At 2x, same story, no complaints across the board. Ultra-wide is where that 8-megapixel sensor starts hurting Vivo, especially when you pixel peep. Oppo does a fantastic job and OnePlus isn't far behind. Surprisingly close actually. On the telephoto, Oppo pulls ahead early in sharpness and color. But at 10x, Vivo takes the lead with OnePlus and Oppo close behind. Portraits are where Vivo clearly shines. Edge detection is solid on all three, but Vivo's bokeh has real character, creamy and full of depth. Low light reveals something interesting. Oppo struggles in tricky conditions, while Vivo and OnePlus handle it well. Switch to ultra-wide though and the script flips. Vivo's colors are great, but the 8-megapixel sensor costs you detail. OnePlus tends to crush shadows. Oppo is the most balanced, not the most vibrant, but sharp and reliable. For video, OnePlus and Vivo go up to 8K at 30 or 4K at 120. Oppo tops out at 4K at 60. All three shoot Dolby Vision. Testing at 4K 60, Vivo takes the edge on colors and stabilization. For front cameras, we have 32-megapixel on Oppo with no autofocus and 32-megapixel with autofocus on the OnePlus. Vivo gets a 50-megapixel with autofocus. Oppo holds its own despite no autofocus. OnePlus overexposes and adds a weird tint. So, sure, in cameras, Oppo and Vivo are clearly ahead. But OnePlus isn't that far behind. It generally keeps them on their toes. Quickly, moving to the performance, Oppo has the Dimensity 9500S, Vivo gets the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, and OnePlus packs the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, the most powerful chip here. Storage goes up to 512GB UFS 4.1 on all three. RAM-wise, Oppo gets 12GB LPDDR5X, Vivo gets a slightly faster LPDDR5X Ultra, and OnePlus tops out at 16GB LPDDR5X Ultra Plus. In benchmarks, it's not even close. OnePlus demolished both in AnTuTu by nearly 1,000,000 points and dominated Geekbench too. Vivo edged ahead of Oppo there though. In 3D Mark, Vivo had the best stability but also the lowest loop scores, while OnePlus led in sustained performance. In day-to-day usage, the gap isn't huge. But gaming tells a very different story, especially in BGMI. That jump from 120 FPS to 165 FPS on the OnePlus, once you feel it, it's hard to go back. Vivo caps out at 90 FPS, while Oppo can hit 120 FPS with AI interpolation enabled. For connectivity, all three get Wi-Fi 7, NFC and eSIM. Vivo and OnePlus have Bluetooth 6.0, Oppo gets 6.1. Only OnePlus offers USB 3.2. The other two are still on USB 2.0. Now, for software, OnePlus runs OxygenOS 16, Oppo has ColourOS 16 and Vivo ships OriginOS 6. All three are smooth and packed with customization options, but ColourOS and OxygenOS feel more polished and the AI experience is a big part of that. OnePlus's Plus Mind is genuinely useful. It pulls context from screenshots, notes and saved content and integrates well with Gemini. I also like Oppo's AI Mind Pilot, which smartly switches between Gemini, Perplexity and OpenAI depending on the task. OriginOS 6 has improved, but its AI experience still feels a step behind. For updates, OnePlus promises 4+5 years, Oppo offers 5+6 years, and Vivo leads with 5+7 years. Battery is where it gets really interesting. Vivo packs a 6500 mAh cell, Oppo goes bigger at 7025 mAh, and OnePlus tops out at 7300 mAh. All three easily handle a full day, but the OnePlus consistently gave me close to 2.5 days. Vivo lasts a full day but usually needs charging at night. Oppo sits comfortably in between. Now, charging speeds. OnePlus hits 120 watt and charges 0 to 100% in about 40 to 45 minutes. Vivo does 90 watt in roughly 50 minutes. Oppo gets 80 watt and takes around an hour. OnePlus also supports 50 watt wireless charging. Vivo gets 40 watt wireless charging. All three have reverse wired charging. Okay, so which one should you pick? The OnePlus 15 is the easiest to recommend. It wins on performance, gaming, display, battery and software and comes surprisingly close on cameras too. All in all, it's the most complete value for money package of all three. The Oppo Find X9s is for the camera first buyer. The ultrawide is reliable, the telephoto is sharp, low light is balanced and ColourOS 16 feels polished. It just works. The Vivo X300 FE has the most character. Beautiful portraits, strong 10x zoom, excellent video colors, but that 8 megapixel ultrawide is a real letdown. That's it for this one from me. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.